bros. Okay, so might as well, there's a ton of them in town. Still not figuring out where to go. Yeah, so Stranger Things season 5. So my wife and I finished it not too long ago. I thought it was okay. East Wing. We're in the West Wing, right? Yes. Okay. I thought it was alright. I think there were parts of it I think could have been better. Obviously the huge time gap between the seasons really makes it hard to remember everything that's happened in the show. But I mean, it was pretty simple. Like, you know, they're trapped in the town, and Vecna has like essentially they're trapped in the city by the military. Although the military was real fucking useless in that movie. They didn't. What? I felt like the military's whole thing was just to be a huge burden on the cast to just make it take more time for them to get anywhere. Actually, maybe I should go into the basement in the first floor. I don't remember if that key does anything. Because like at the end of the day, like I really felt like the movie or the series just kind of like is very Scooby-Doo-esque in the sense that like there is a monster, you have to solve how to get to the monster, and then everything about the characters is like secondary in a point. Only for most of the cast, I would say. Obviously, there's Eleven's whole deal with Vecna. That was like kind of significant, but not like too. And like, oh, like she has to, like, she learned that she was. God, oh wait, there's a zombie here. No, it's not. Alright. Think I'm down here for nothing. Power doesn't. Okay, came down here for nothing then. And it's like, oh, Vecna is very important. Because, and how it tied in with 11 being that, oh, the military just wants to create more versions of her to fight against the Russians. Which makes sense, but then, like, the Russians being a part of the plotline, because it's the Cold War era. Being a Cold War era-esque series, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta watch out for the Russians. It's like, oh, okay. But like the problem is so like isolated from its own series that it doesn't really. I felt like Mike, just going through all the characters, like Mike didn't do much this season. From being like Eleven's boyfriend, like helping save 11, rescue her, being her like kind of emotional guide, to that role being more fit to Hopper as this season. And I mean that was still very much them doing that last season, because well, that was I mean they were always together, and it's like, you know, he's her dad and she's his daughter. Like, and I like that. I thought that was fine, but when it came down to the emotional aspect of the okay. Yellow. Hello, Juxurus. Nice to thank you for joining. I'm a it's lion door. That's great. Ooh. It's too dark to see anything. There's a switch here. Press it. Yes. Okay. Oh. Will you take the metal object? Sure. Yeah, so I felt like Hopper was definitely the emotional part of the shotgun shells. Yes. With 11. Yes, I will take the battery back. What is it? Oh, it's just to power up the sun gun. Did I get everything in here? Mappy thingy. Yes. Okay. So now I have this. It's a metal object made from alloys. There's an emblem engraving. There's nothing unusual. Nothing usual. Love by anyone. Which I thought was fine. It just, to me then, I guess, at the end, who should have talked to 11 would have been the Hop, I think would have been better for me. Because as, like, you know, if you've already invested emotionally within this season, their relationship, then to me, it makes sense for her for that character then to be the one that says goodbye at the end of it, right? Just personally for me. But it also kind of makes sense that they were like, Will, I really like Will's character arc. I really thought that at the end of it, I thought it was great that Will kind of gets the last hurrah in the series, considering he was the victim in season 1, and then season 2.
This is Brad.
Oh,
If
Brad.
you can hear me, just give me a sign.
Give me a sign.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me?
That was not a good enough
Shit.
signal.
It's broken.
It is. Honestly, I feel like half the time we've never fucking used this thing properly. Okay. Gotta go to Lisa's room. Is this thing open? Oh wait, no, it's not. Only the hunters can use it. Yeah, so I really like Will's thing and his whole thing of being afraid of the monsters and tying that in with his fear of coming out to his friends and family. Was a good tie-in. I think people who didn't like it maybe were like, this doesn't seem important and relevant to snakes. To the fucking oh shit, I hope I didn't get poisoned. Oh god, snakes. Oh, so many. Oh, so many. Why are they all raining from the sky? Do you guys just hang out back there? And his or maybe they're home. But I do think that Will Will's story, I guess that blue herb, you just take it in case you are poison damage, you can just keep them. Fit very well tonally with the show. I like that. Yes, he had his powers are in a sense drawn from Vecna or the Upside Down to kind of like tie in all the BS that he's been having to deal with. And also tying in with him kind of being like, oh, he's a censor for like all the bad thing that has always happened in the series, and he was too quote unquote too afraid to use it this whole time. Okay, god damn, this is fucking far. I should probably use the typewriter here just in case. 'Cause I'm all the way over here. Plain door, 0 to 10. Save your progress. Yes. Yeah, Dustin, his whole thing about grieving over Eddie was fine. I think having the time skip wise made it a little bit odd that he was dealing with it and no one helped him with his grief for 2 years was a little odd. But again, I honestly, one of the biggest things with doing the time skip is that you can clearly tell they didn't write it based off that time skip had even happened. It really just seems like maybe like a few months had happened in between season, but like to have said 2 years, apparently it was like fucking absurd to me. It just didn't make sense to me that Dustin held this had this whole anger and like grief over this, and then realistically just none of his friends really like bothered talking to him through it or anything like that. So I thought that was strange. But I thought him being the smart one, him like talking to Steve and stuff made sense. And again, one of my I don't think, is this the fucking way to Lisa's place? I don't think so. Lisa, where do you live? I forgot. I know you live outside. I think I went the wrong way. God damn it. You know what? I can just quit this and then load back and then and save time rather than fucking walking through all those fucking rooms again, bro. Fear can't kill you. Fear can kill you, actually. Wrong, Resident Evil. You can die of being too spooked out. Just like me, this game is so spooky. I guess I'll just leave this metal object here for now and then grab it later. That's probably fine, right? Probably. But yeah, like, what else? I think that, so Dustin was fine. Lucas didn't really do much. He kind of got his conclusion with those football players, I guess, after 2 years. They just had beef. And yeah, they kind of just roll out the window after the first episode. It's like, yeah, whatever, who cares? God, I gotta watch out for the snakes. Snakes! I literally waste so much time in this game. I'm fucking stupid as fuck. Yeah, Lucas doesn't get much. I mean, most of his relationship is that he cares about Max, and Max is in a coma. So, gotta worry about Max. Which is fine. I think Max's whole thing about being trapped, though, for 2 years and not going fucking insane and not knowing how to get out. Not knowing her way around. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. So, fuck. Damn me. Damn. Uh-oh. Oh no, I got poisoned. Shit. Oh no, do I need to go back and get the blue herbs things now? Did I just die? You know what? I'm just gonna quit again and then load back. Oh god, that's so stupid. Oh shit, I wrote the long one. Oopsies. Chris is like, oh hey, I'm here. Yeah. Lucas didn't do much besides just being like a friend again. We're just like, okay, I guess, sure, whatever. At least he had like somebody who was kind of somewhat tied into his arc. Nancy didn't do much besides generally being the cool gun girl, breaking up with Jonathan and Nancy and their breakup. I thought was kind of odd because it really doesn't seem to like they had 2 years beef and they didn't know what to do with their relationship, and they didn't know how they didn't know that it was hard for them to understand that they weren't really right for each other, and then thinking, oh, maybe if we get married, maybe it'll work, maybe this will make sense. And I think a lot of characters, not a lot of characters, a lot of people having gone through that before, I can understand being a thing. It just felt, and it felt fine that it's like, hey, this relationship doesn't work out actually. Oh god. Ah, jeez. Oh shit. Ah, shit. Okay, I didn't get pointed though, so I guess it's fine. Was fine. Jonathan didn't get much. Too many characters. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Steve, my favorite character, still didn't really do too much throughout the season, but he kind of was there for he drove them, he helped, he always helps out and helps them out, and then he helps kind of Dustin and him kind of work out their issues that apparently where they had beef for 2 years. But whatever, I guess. It's not a big deal. My wife really wants me to stop saying it's not a big deal. Yeah, and then what else in Stranger Things? Winona Ryder's character Joyce doesn't do anything again, besides being the mom. But I do like the fact that she got the final kill because it does feel like her son being the main victim, first victim, really does just kind of start the whole series. So it's a nice bookmarking of the end to just be the one that kills her. Kills him, deals the final blow. Oh, I can dodge this guy, right? Sure. Oh, there's two guys. Alright, whatever. Sorry, I have to go to somebody's house. Can you sorry, no, I don't have any change. Yeah. Jill occurs. Oh, hey, what's going on? Oh. Well, you're probably not getting me. What else? Hop, his whole thing about protecting Elle and her thinking of her as a surrogate daughter was good. I think that part is great, and him not wanting his daughter to die, or 11 to die, was good. I thought that was a great part, and I'm glad that they kind of fully talked it out. At the end was pretty good. I think that was by far the best results for that character, and him kind of having to learn to get over it, even though at the end his daughter does die, so which is pretty sad. Again, that he loses another daughter. Wouldn't want to be. Other than that, I felt like the show was overall fine as a season. I thought the big monster coming back as the final adversary was fine. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, a big boss that everyone kind of works together to defeat rather than just relying on 11 to do anything again. So that was nice.
I thought Holly being the main character through it all was an interesting twist and focus. Kind of since she hadn't really been a character for a lot of the seasons. Like, she was mostly just a little kid, so. And I was like, oh, well, she's gonna be the one that Vecna wants, because he wants young kids whose minds are easier to mold, to combine the two Earths. Which I was like, okay, that makes sense, I guess. She got a lot of screen time that I was like really surprised about. Also, I did think it was funny how fucking Max just like a bit has to leave her behind to get back to her body. Because realistically, it's like, oh shit, like how. I thought giving Vecna more of a backstory towards the end was not a choice, although apparently they're going to do another spin-off, which explains Vecna in the stone, but very odd to just try to make him a very sympathetic villain, like create sympathy right towards the end. It's just like, I mean, sad backstory, but still evil. Like, I'm not gonna. Like, oh no, he had a sad he had a sad backstory. I was like, well, he also killed a bunch of people and like fucking possessed people. It's like, I mean, just because you did that doesn't make you fucking instantly redeemable as a character. Yeah, but I think other than that, besides those kind of plot points, I thought the show was. I thought the ending was fine. I think because the show is so popular, people want to shit on it really hard. It's like, oh, haha, like this thing that's really popular fucking sucked. I mean, like there were definitely problems. Again, I think that some people like criticizing 11 or Millie Bobby Brown's face on certain scenes. I thought was an odd thing because I personally think she was fine, as it's kind of like in her character to be like kind of hide her emotions a lot, or not wanting to reveal the fact that she's like, hey, I might not make it out of here alive, and that's something I want to hide from the others. You know, I thought that was fine. I didn't really understand that criticism. I thought the criticism of like of that was like completely like unnecessary. I think that a lot of people who were like bitching online didn't actually like watch the show. So it's locked from the other side. So how do I get in there then? Because that's where the battery is. So I did think it was like a little somber that, you know, they don't. It's like, you know, they like to believe in the fantasy that Elle is alive at the end of the thing, and that her that she got away at the end, which I thought was nice because it's like it kind of leaves it up to interpretation whether or not she made it. And I think that's like a really kind of like an interesting way to end the story. It's like, oh, I don't know if she truly lived, and you know, it's just the characters liking to believe in their fantasy, like in D&D. It's like this is how their journey ends, where, you know, she may not be here, but I like to believe in this story that they created. Was it all wrapped up nicely with a silver bow? No, because it seemed like a lot of society just returned back to normal, and you know, they're obviously all horribly traumatized by what happened, which I think was fine. Should I go back into this? I don't really have the fucking inventory space. I thought was fine at the end, where it's like, oh, like they kind of just, they unfortunately need to move on from, in my Mike is still grieving, even though it was like 18 months had passed, which I thought was like fucking crazy how long that was. Like, I was like 18 months, really? That was an interesting. Like, why 18? That's such a significant amount. I think the show is had a totally fine thing. I think it was definitely bigger than they might have. Oh, okay. That was the last use of. Oh my god! I totally forgot that room was fucking